kept your baby blanket folded in a drawer, whispered to the silence like you'd walk back through the door. Every birthday candle, every prayer she tried to send, she held on to a promise that the story didn't end. They said time would heal it, but time just made it clear a mother's love don't weaken, it just waits year after year. 18 years of dreaming, 18 years of tears, 18 years of talking to a ghost that felt so near. But today the world stopped turning when she saw your face again. Two hearts that were divided finally beating as one again. You grew up with questions no one ever could explain. She grew up with memories that cut deeper than the pain. And standing there beside her, shy but full of life, your little brother watched you like a hero in his sight. No judge, no paper, no distance in between could ever break the bond that lives in blood and in the unseen. 18 years of waiting, 18 years of tears, 18 years of hope, and she could hold you through the fear. And today the world stopped turning when you said her name again. Two hearts that were divided finally bleed and as He's only 11, but he's prayed in his own way, asking why his mama cried on quiet nights she'd break. Now he's holding your hand like he's known you all along. Three
Every time I hear it,
voices
it makes
finding harmony in one returning song. 18 years of waiting, 18 years apart, 18 years of loving you with half a broken heart. But now the sun is rising on a brand new life ahead. A mother, daughter, and her brother finally finding home in the hills where the wildflowers grow. A little girl's laughter still echoes low. Summer's light, though the night feels long. Her spirit lives on in every song. Shine for summer, let a story be told through the voices of the young and the old. Candace holds on through the pain and the tears, searching for hope across the years. Every star in the Tennessee sky carries a prayer, a mother's cry. Though the mystery lingers, the love won't fade. Her memory's a lantern that will never shade. We sing for justice, we sing for peace, for answers that bring us sweet release. Summer's name will never fall away. Her song is alive in hearts today. Shine for summer, let a spirit rise, a beacon of love that never dies. Candace, keep faith, though the road is long. Summer's forever in this song. Shine for summer, let a story be told through the voices of the young and the old. Candace holds on through the pain and the tears, searching for hope across the years. In the hills where the wildflowers grow, a little girl's laughter still echoes low. Summer's light, though the night feels long. Her spirit lives on in every song. Shine for summer, let a story be told through the voices of the young and the old. Candace holds on through the pain and the tears, searching for hope across the years. Every star in the Tennessee sky carries a prayer, a mother's cry. Though the mystery lingers, the love won't fade.
One more song, guys, and I'll be live. Give me 1 second.
Taylor's bold voice, southern sass, and a whole lot of grit. Hero captures that fiery spirit, mixing chaos, charm, and unapologetic truth. Taylor's train wreck. She rolls and loud like a midnight rail, lip gloss blazing, heart full of hell. Southern grace with a side of bite. She'll bless your soul and start a fight. Tracks ain't straight in Taylor's town. She'll derail peace just to wear the crown. Bitchin' bold with a rebel's flair. Truth bombs dropping like she just don't care. One hand on sweet tea, one on the mic. She'll roast your lies and still sound polite. Drama's fuel and shades her steam. She's the conductor of your broken dream. But don't mistake the wreck for mess. She's poetry in a torn up dress. A hurricane wrapped in velvet lace, with fire in her eyes and steel in her grace. She rolls loud like a midnight rail, lip gloss blazing, heart full of hell. Southern grace with a side of bite. She'll bless your soul and start a fight. Tracks ain't straight in Taylor's town. She'll derail peace just to wear the crown. Bitch and bold with the rebel's flair. Truth bombs dropping like she just don't care. One hand on sweet tea, one on the mic. She'll roast your lies and still sound polite. Drama's fuel and shades her steam. She's the conductor of your broken dream. But don't mistake the wreck for mess. She's poetry in a torn up dress. A hurricane wrapped in velvet lace, with fire in her eyes and steel in her grace. The wreck from mess. She's poetry in a torn up dress. A hurricane wrapped in velvet lace, with fire in her eyes and steel in her grace. Don't mistake the wreck from mess. She's poetry in a torn up dress. A hurricane wrapped in velvet lace, with fire in her eyes and steel in her grace. She rolls in loud like a midnight rail, lip gloss blazing, heart full of hell. Southern grace with a side of bite. She'll bless your soul and start a fight.
1, 2, shadows creep in the room. 3, 4, whispers echo in the gloom. 5, 6.
I think that's not
1, 2, shadows creep in the room. 3, 4, whispers echo in the gloom. 5, 6, her voice cuts like a knife. 7, 8, you can't run from the sun.
There's one I really like.
Taylor's coming for you. 3, 4, better shut the door. She's creeping quiet on the floor, whispering see.
That's not either. I guess that's. I guess.
1, 2, Taylor's coming for you. 3, 4, better.
This one.
On my one, she counts the days. 1, 2, Taylor's coming for you. In the shadows where nightmares brew. 3, 4, better lock the door. She's not the same as she was before. 5, 6, you better get a crucifix. Her smile twists like magic tricks. 7, 8, no one can escape. She's a storm behind the drape. She moves quiet like a cold breeze. A haunting tune that bends the trees. No place to hide, no place to run. She's the moon eclipsing the sun. Whispered laughs from the other side. Chilling tales where secrets hide. Her shadow dances through the flame. Whispering softly, she knows your name. 5, 6, you better get a crucifix. Her smile twists like magic tricks. 7, 8, no one can escape. She's a storm behind the drape. She's back again, bringing chaos like the strongest wind. No lullaby, no sweet amen. Taylor's here until the end.
Stinky. Listen to this song.
She kept your baby blanket folded in a drawer, whisper to the silence like you'd walk back through the door. Every birthday candle, every prayer she tried to send, she held on to a promise that the story didn't end. They said time would heal it, but time just made it clear. A mother's love don't weaken, it just waits year after year. 18 years of dreaming, 18 years of tears, 18 years of talking to a ghost that felt so near. But today the world stopped turning when she saw your face again. Two hearts that were divided finally beating as one again. You grew up
After this
with
song, I'll go live.
questions
Or I'll start
no one
talking.
ever could
Do that.
explain. She grew up with memories that cut deeper than the pain. And standing there beside her, shy but full of life, your little brother watched you like a hero in his sight. No judge, no paper, no distance in between could ever break the bond that lives in blood and in the unseen. 18 years of waiting, 18 years of tears, 18 years of hope, and she could hold you through the fear. And today the world stopped turning when you said her name again. Two hearts that were divided finally bleed as He's only 11, but he's prayed in his own way, asking why his mama cried on quiet nights she'd break. Now he's holding your hand like he's known you all along. Three voices finding harmony in one returning song. 18 years of waiting, 18 years apart. 18
Stinky, I do have Discord. I don't have very many people that come into it. Hey, Johnny, how are you doing? You guys don't understand. My baby girl found me. Give me a second, Stinky. I'll get it for you. I honestly don't know what it is anymore. It is. Give me a second. I'll go get the server to share. Invite. Copy link. There is the Discord link if anyone would like it. So, y'all, I have had a very, very exciting week. Can't click on it. Why can't you click on it? Thank you, Johnny. It's been a whirlwind. I'm excited. I'm scared. I'm terrified. I'm afraid that maybe I'm going to wind up hurting her. Or she's going to wind up hurting me. And then I worry about my son and how he feels about it all, because me and him have been fighting a little bit here and there since this has happened. So there's a lot going on. Stinky, it's stitching and bitching. But unfortunately, I have to be able to invite you to the Discord. You can't just type it in. I did put it in chat. You said you couldn't click on the link, Miss Stinky. I mean, like I said, I know that I can't just copy it and send it. Stinky, I'll do it at the end. Honey, that's what it is. Is it stitching and bitching? You're stitching, bitching. Lowercase s on the stitching, uppercase B on the bitching. My daughter found me today, not a lot. But what we are going to do today, because someone started talking about stuff and over in another chat, and I figured this is a good time to go ahead and start covering it. Hey, Miss Paula. So, I don't know a lot about a lot of these things, even though I am native. Yes, we do believe in portals. Yes, we do believe you can, whatever. But I don't know if they'll let me. Let me see something. What I'm looking for. What am I looking for over here? I think I've already done all that. Okay. Back to comments. I woke up with my hands and my face both swelled. Oh, I also got engaged during Christmas. My daughter turned 18 December the 18th. We talked this past week finally. I think it took her a little bit of time, a little bit of nerve. But I'm okay with that. I am perfectly fine with it taking her time. But we were talking about some stuff over in another chat, and give big shout out to Nomad Animal Rescue out of Seminole, Oklahoma, because that's where we're going to go to, and that's what we're going to go watch, is some of that stuff. I'm going to try to do it this way through Facebook, so I don't have to do it through my phone. I have to go to the phone route. We can go to the phone route. But he's been covering some really, really interesting things. Especially with the paranormal. UFOs, stuff like that. Which, for me, is interesting because his wife is native. He's from Tennessee. His last name is Crabtree. Yeah, you heard me. Crabtree. There. Share screen. Oh, I have to take down my, aren't I? I don't know. If I will or not. I might have to. Ugh. Okay. So where my like love button is thing. What's that one? Oh, that's turkey. Is that one? Like and subscribe. That's what I want. Get rid of this one. Go to that one. Why is it not? Oh, Jiminy's. Why is it not dropping it? Hide. Decline. I don't want to do that. Just want it off, please. Thank you. Are you going to work right now? Probably not. And you guys probably aren't going to be able to see it. Great. Okay, then we'll just do it through my phone. That's what I was trying to see. What would be best? I'll just stop screen share. We're going to play this stuff through my phone. Sorry, guys. I tried. Give me your link. Thank you. As long as the guy ain't doing stupid skits, I like him. But we're probably going to go all the way down. Like for a mushroom room. Is this the one?
In Enid, Oklahoma. Our world is. And the first thing I always get is like, where's the fossil?
Okay. Anyway. Back to here. I'm scrolling. I'm looking for one in particular to start out with because of what he's talking about. Let me see what this one is really, really quick. No. I think I'm too far forward now.
Yeah, the aliens were just fit.
Where is it? He has so many that I follow, so it's kind of hard for me to just find what I'm looking for when I'm looking for it.
Tonight's true crime video is kind of different
Okay,
because it's
this one
about
right
a
here.
crime that has not happened yet. I know that might sound odd, but several families from the Davis, Oklahoma area have actually reached out to us because they're kind of stuck. Because a crime hasn't been committed yet, police, they kind of have their hands tied. People have filed for protective orders and they've been denied. and it is causing several families to pull their children out of the Davis school systems. And one family is going so far as to moving away. They actually have their house on the market and they're trying to just move away before one of their children gets abducted. So this is going to be pretty extreme and very sad. And if you...
Okay, guys, I got to give you a little heads up. I know the person they're talking about. I have never seen them act that way personally, because I think if I would have, I'd probably be in jail. So back to it.
You all or anything like me, you're going to get very upset about hearing this kind of stuff. But it needs to be heard because the family that is doing this and this harassment apparently has their claws in a bunch of different things going on in that Davis area, in some of the surrounding areas. So there it is. I'm just going to start from the beginning, from the first family that reached out to me. They said that they have a daughter that goes to the Davis school systems. I obviously cannot say names because there's not been any charges that have actually gone through. And I'm not going to give a ton of details because that is not a big area. Because if it can prevent this from happening, or if some...
Now, I can say the person they're talking about, the female in this situation, the mom, she bit her kindergarten teacher. That's how well I know her.
Anybody knows more information and can come forward with it, that'd be amazing to go forward to authorities with it. But a family there has a daughter that is in the Davis school systems, and she befriended another girl at the school, but it was kind of the other girl's mom's doing of them becoming friends. Like she kind of interjected and was like, "Oh, you should be friends with my daughter," and she kind of interjected herself into this girl's life of like, "Oh, you should be friends with my daughter," and after just a little bit, she was invited to come to that girl's house. So her family let her go to this girl's house. Turns out that she was not being taken to that other family's house, but instead she was taken to an abandoned...
Okay, I don't know how abandoned you want to call abandoned. Now, I know the property that the family owns. The grandparents' house is still standing. The lady's parents' house is still standing, and there is a cabin there.
Foreclosed cabin where they tried to get her to drink a mysterious drink, and the other family's son actually was like, he warned her, don't drink whatever they give to you. She was freaked out. She had her cell phone. She called her family like, hey, I need to come home. So they demanded that the daughter be brought back home. In this abandoned cabin she was taken to, she was told that was their house, by the way. There was only a mattress on the floor with a beanbag in the corner. No sheets, nothing. That alone, I would be up in I'd be like, what? Like that alone just sends so many red flags going. I don't even know, anyhow, moving forward to the next stage of events. The daughter got upset one day and, she wasn't allowed to go hang out with this family anymore, obviously. They told that woman to stay away from their family and all this stuff. She got upset one day and she told her mom, okay, I haven't been honest with you. They've actually been texting me a lot through the daughter's phone number. Like the daughter that she was friends with that was her own age at school, that crazy mom had actually messaged.
Now, I don't know. I know my child didn't have a phone. And the child they're talking about, the daughter, is younger than my son by at least 2 years.
Her through her daughter's phone, trying to get her to go on a family vacation with them. But she wasn't asking the young girl's parents about it. She was texting that girl directly as an adult to come on a vacation where they were bragging about how she could have the master bedroom and they could stay in that suite with them. Just really obscure, weird stuff. The mom was like, stay away from my family. Don't ever talk to us again. We're blocking all your numbers. This has now caused her, she can't be friends with your daughter now because of all this stuff, obviously. They have a game. I'm not going to say what kind of game, but they have a game that they had to go to that was in another city. And that family messaged and called the coach to say, hey, afterwards, they're going to go with me to an Airbnb. She actually tried this with 2 different girls that were not her own. And the coach was not comfortable with it. And they're like, well, I haven't heard anything from their parents. They contacted those 2 different girls' parents. And sure enough, those parents were like, absolutely not. There's no plans for her to go with that family after the game's over. Like, what are you talking about? So this game comes around, they go to the game, and this family is stalking their daughters to the point where they got police involved. Now, once again, though, following somebody around.
Yes, Ryan. I was seeing you put my name in chat. Yes. Do you got questions? Aw, yes, Ryan. I'll be your Valentine's. You're so sweet.
Around in a public area is not illegal. The police really couldn't do anything, but they made a note of it, and they said, you need to get a protective order. But this was a different county, a different jurisdiction than where she lived. So when she got back to her county, she filed a protective order. It ended up getting denied because the guise of what she was hiding behind was, I wasn't trying to stalk that girl. I was asking if she wanted to come spend the night with our daughter. Like, I wanted to see if they wanted to have like a sleepover. That's a normal thing. Like, that's the guise that she keeps hiding behind. And there's nothing illegal about doing that. There's nothing illegal about sending a text message to a kid. There's nothing illegal about inviting a kid to spend the night with your kid. There's nothing illegal about that stuff. Okay? Fast forward to a different family that reached out. The husband of this other family that's doing the creeping, the stalking, and all this stuff. This new girl came to their house, their actual house, and he was begging for her to sing Sabrina Carpenter songs to him. And if you know anything about Sabrina Carpenter songs, just look up one of her songs called Tears, for example. It is insanely vulgar. It's insanely, high sexual song. And he's trying to get this little girl that's barely of double-digit age to sing these songs to
She
him.
wouldn't be of double-digit age.
And he was like begging, and it made her so uncomfortable that she ended up calling her parents, come pick me up.
Because matter of factly speaking, my son turned 4 and she was a baby.
Go. Another girl was invited to hang out with her daughter. They're going to go on a hike. They said, hey, we're going to leave about 9 in the morning. We'll be back about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, the mom tried to check in multiple times during the day, and this family would not answer the phone. No text messages, no phone calls, would not answer anything back. They could see they were reading the messages, so they knew that they were receiving them. They had service to receive those text messages, but were refusing to communicate back, to the point where the family was like, we're going to call the police if you don't bring our kid back right now. This is freaking us out. This is so weird. You're not communicating with us. What are you doing? One of these same girls was almost abducted from her house in the morning. Once again, there's nothing illegal about somebody sitting outside of your house in a car and offering a ride, but no ride was requested. She was going to go get on the bus, and as she was on the way to the bus stop, this woman tried to intercept them and say, hey, I'll give you the ride to school. It was never requested. Why was she hanging outside of their house for an unknown amount of time? Now, this family's own children actually told on them a little bit and kind of showed some signs that there was some definite trouble at home. So one of the families had kind of caught wind of all this kind of stuff. And when their kid was invited to go hang out with these other people's kids, they're like, no, but if one of your kids wants to come over to our house, that's okay. That way those parents could monitor the situation. They'd play with their kids, and, everything would be normal at their own house. And this family was not invited, obviously. Well, when this happened, this other family's kid came over and just started wrecking their house, literally just started breaking everything, like on purpose, just running around the house, breaking stuff. They were taking pill bottles out of the cabinets and hiding them throughout the house, like medication that this family needed. They were running around grabbing like valuables from the house, putting them in like pillowcases and socks, and then hiding them around the house and not telling anybody. Not like it was a game. They just started stealing things in this house. And during this conversation and like this freak out moment, the family's like, okay, your kids aren't allowed over here. You got to come pick your kids up. And then they invited themselves over. They're like, oh, well, we'll come over and just cook for you guys. We'll make you food at your house. We'll make you drinks at your house. We'll kind of have like a little party over there, and we'll make our kid mind. Now you're inviting yourself over to my house to cook dinner after your kid's going completely psycho in my house. And they were talking about taking long drives and going on trips and stuff. And one of their kids just kind of blurted out, yeah, when we go on trips, they make us wear diapers because we won't stop for bathroom breaks. What? Now we're about to get into this to me, this was the strangest, creepiest part. Apparently, there's some questions about their income and what they do for a living. And what they keep telling people is that they make videos. This has came up. 3 different families have told me that this family says, yeah, we make money because we make videos. We make movies. But you can't see anything they've ever worked on. Like there's nothing. I looked it up online. I have all the names. I have the names of the business this supposedly is. They have nothing that you can find online. So either that's just false or they might be making the videos that we're afraid of that they're making. And once again, guys, I know we are not the authorities. That's not what we're trying to be here. We're trying to help out some people in that area that are saying like, hey, we feel stuck. These are multiple families that have pulled their kids out of the school system this past year, and one family is even going as far as moving away because they're so terrified of what might happen if they stay. And I can't say that I blame them. So either this is just a very weird, creepy family that just doesn't have any kind of personal bounds. I don't know how that would explain the abandoned foreclosed cabin. But either they have no personal bounds and they're just those creepers that believe that they can be in everybody's business and they just don't have that personal space, which honestly is just as bad in my opinion almost. Or it's exactly what it might sound like, and they are looking or grooming victims, okay? And this might be something that they are already doing or have done before. So if you're in that area and you have information, please don't just go, hey, Matt, let me tell you all this stuff. Go to the authorities with it if it's something legit, okay? If it's something legit, go to the authorities. I know it's hard to talk about these things if it has happened to you. People that are, involved in like these sexualized crimes mostly want to keep it to themselves. I understand, but you might be helping somebody else in the future not go through that if you have information on this subject. So I can't tell you guys what to do, but please help out a potential kid that might be groomed or taken in the future by saying the information that you know to the proper authorities, because that's essentially what they're waiting on now. It's just something concrete that they can act on, because it is such a weird gray area. Because like when they were waiting outside that house to give the kid a ride, oh, we just figured we'd be nice and give your kid a ride with our kids. They're just trying to, just that's the guys they're using. That is the facade that it seems like that they're going with here. Okay. And I did say the Davis area because apparently this family has a multitude of kids, and they have kids that are involved in sports programs that are not just in the Davis school district. And it almost seems like they're using their kids as a lure to have reasons to invite your kids over to their houses. We have an 11-year-old daughter, and I'm really weird about where she goes. I have seen so much awfulness and evil in the world that I'm very weird about her going really anywhere. Like, I don't trust anybody. Like, I don't trust not a single person that's outside of my immediate family. And then even your own family, it seems like these days you got to watch out for.
Give me a second. Let's see if it's going to play. Where are you doing, phone? I guess everyone's ran away. Go figure. I don't know. Log me in. Do I have to be logged in? Anyway, so I have the statement from Davis PD. I was trying to pull it up so you guys could see it, but it's not wanting to pull up. I should have done it as widescreen instead of vertical mode. Oops, sorry. So, but this has been 5 weeks ago. They made a PSA due to your video, and the comments are in an uproar about the statement. Apparently, people have forgot about what happened in Henrietta, and no Knight's Law came about. Davis PD press release on December 5th, 2025. A video was published by Nomad Animal Encounters on numerous social media platforms based on the of the video, we felt it necessary to provide a statement into the matter. November of 2025, the department began an investigation into an alleged of threats and harassments. Due to initial investigation, it was discovered that two separate families were making alleged accusations towards the same alleged parties. Due to the judicial boundaries, Murray County Sheriff's Office was also involved in the investigation for the alleged events. After, though, the investigation, no evidence was discovered to support a violation of law. Due to the nature of the alleged and the protection of identity of the alleged perpetrators and their alleged victims, no names will be released by this department regardless the matter. Regardless the matter. Where are we at? Can I just click on Davis PD? No, because it will take me to there. Give me 1 second. I don't want to go over that way. I can go this way. Let's go ahead and put Davis, Oklahoma. Maybe. It was not giving me anything. So nothing was done to that family. Oh, I think I closed out of everything. Oops. So that's where we're at with that whole investigation. I haven't heard anything else on it. But, keep an eye on your kids. If your kids are acting funny and they're telling you something weird's going on, believe them. What? Oh, can. Okay, so there is that. Where are we at? We were back down here somewhere. I think that one was it. Because he's got 396K that have seen that video.
One of the most common places for children and experienced hikers to go missing at is the Great.
Okay, this one goes into how I feel about the Summer Wells' case, is probably Sebastian Rogers' case as well.
Smoky Mountains National Park. It spreads from Tennessee to North Carolina, but it's connected to the Appalachian Mountains, which cover a much more vast area. If you take a map of the people that have gone missing in the U.S. national parks and take a same map of the cave systems that have been marked in the United States, they overlap perfectly. Now, I'm not saying the movie The Descent is real, but they might be onto something. I grew up in the Appalachian Mountains about an hour and a half away from the movie The Descent was filmed, and I can vouch for how many caves are just unmarked and unknown. and how many major cave systems have these little outlets that no one's ever seen before. Growing up,
I really want to act right over here.
there was actually a criminal that had been caught after hiding out in these caves for years, just a little bit away from where I lived at. And it makes you wonder what else might be used in those cave systems, whether that be serial killers or straight up creatures from the Descent movie. Now, when I say creatures, I don't legitimately mean creatures. If you guys haven't heard about the feral people that are in the North American national park systems, it's a pretty wild thing to look up. It's pretty common knowledge that there are feral people who live deep, deep, deep within the national park systems, and they oftentimes come across campers or hikers. If you didn't know that there's no known database for people that are gone missing in the U.S. National Park System, it's because there isn't one. There is no collective data center taking notes of who has gone missing in national parks and working with each other or law enforcement to try to figure these things out. If you haven't seen David Pilatus and the Missing 411, it takes dang near an act of Congress to get these records unsealed. So to me, I'm wondering, what are they trying to protect? Or what factually trying to.
And if you can donate, please donate.
It's not a shock to me that
my Cash App is scrolling and it's also posted.
Kind of line up together, because I would imagine if you're curious like I am and adventurous like I am, you find a little cave and you want to go explore it. The next thing you know, you're stuck in it, or you're, turned around, or you're lost completely. But more than likely, you would just get stuck. It is an insane amount of people that have been stuck in caves before. And what's really sick is you actually won't decompose. There's actually several cave systems in the world that are named after the people that are still stuck in them, and you can actually still see their, dang near perfectly preserved body still stuck in there, like the Cave of Green Boots. And that just might be why the Great Smoky Mountains is one of the highest places for people to go missing, to never be found. Like, no one ever finds a trace of you. And a lot of these cave systems are on giant limestone deposits. And if you guys don't know what that limestone deposits, they're natural deodorizers, which means if you go missing in those areas, they can't even use sniffing dogs to find you, because odor doesn't stick to limestone the way it does other material. Now, besides feral people, there's actually a lot of speculation that these cave systems are used by criminals. There's actually a TV show about a national park system. I think it's called Yosemite, where essentially they do find a whole criminal organization that is using cave systems to make drugs and distribute them from there. And that is a good point. Could it be one extreme of feral people? Could it be criminals using these caves and people stumble across these caves and they get taken out? It could be a mixture of both. Okay, but if you want to listen to some really creepy stories from actual park rangers, you can actually look them up about.
Just a minute, guys. I'm going to flip over here real quick so I can grab their link and post it for y'all. And that might be a hell no. I'm not waiting any longer. Come on. Okay, it's not working.
Their interactions and their sightings of feral people.
No one's here.
And they describe
once
these
this
feral
is over,
people.
I'm going to end the
A lot of
live.
these park rangers actually believe these feral people are what people are mistaken as Bigfoot. He said these people just don't even look human-like anymore. He said most of the men are extremely hairy. They speak a very broken English, in some cases a complete different dialect that they've made up amongst themselves, kind of like the movie Wrong Turn or Hills Have Eyes. A lot of times they're disfigured from large amounts of inbreeding. There was even a Kentucky Blue family, if you want to look that up. That is not a conspiracy. You can actually see real photos of those people. They were on the news. They got introduced into civilization. There's just so much stuff out there that's so strange about this world. And these national parks is just the tip of the iceberg of all the weird, strange activity. And why are there even laws where they keep this stuff kind of privatized to themselves? Are they just terrified people will stop going to the national parks? And then at the end of the day, what's so important about people going to the national parks? If they're scared people aren't going to come, why are they scared of that? It's not like national parks are big money-making machines. So I don't know. Just throwing it out there. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Hope you enjoyed this creepy segment. I'm trying to branch out a little bit into this field. If you like stories like these and want to support the page, give us a follow. Give us a like. I'd love to see you here again. And until next time, important information for anybody who's working the night shift, especially if they work all the way overnight. It is a proven statistic that night shift workers live 25 to 30% shorter than people who.
Okay, y'all. Catch you next Sunday.
Not only that, is there around 20 to 25.
I didn't mean for it to go to the next one. Catch you guys Thursday, if not sooner.